Welcome aboard, everyone. The Donovan Live post-game show on a Thursday evening here on Facebook Live and YouTube. It's all brought to you by our friends at Master Pizza. Download the Master Pizza app. Start earning pizza points today because Vince Fradiani, Master Pizza, taste above all.
God, I love that.
I know. Producer of Donovan Live, Vince Fradiani, joins us because Jimmy is off doing Red Zone tonight on Sports Time Ohio. The Indians are off tonight, so Jimmy's services are being utilized over at STO. So I get you tonight, so I'm excited. I feel like after one of the, a week of doing Donovan Live, we're not quite there yet, but, it's kind of like a boxer in the 10th round, man. You've had, it's just so many things going on in the course of a week to it's just like, whew.
Yep. And it's been an extra busy week. We have some friends from out of town, and we're doing some new producer exercises and things.
Yes.
And we have some friends from corporate in town. It's really cool. I get to meet people who do my job, but in other cities.
Yeah.
I've met people from Columbus, Toledo, Grand Rapids, Buffalo. It's cool to be able to rub shoulders with your colleagues when, normally you're stuck at a desk out here, and they don't let us out much.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it's fun. For us, we get a chance just to kind of, you share ideas and say, okay, this is what we're doing, with this segment, or this is what we're doing with this web story on the digital side of things. And, it's just, I think sometimes an outside perspective, we're so, like you are with your job, we're all like this, you're so ingrained and embedded, and you're trying to just do it day after day, and somebody has a fresh perspective and says, why? Or, what are you doing this? And, makes us better, and hopefully we make products like this better for you, Donovan Live and the post-game show.
Yeah, it's good. I think it's nothing but good things. It makes me better. I think it raises Jim's game because he knows, we got competition that's not just in Cleveland, but all around the country to step up our game and to be as good as we possibly can be.
I wanted to bring this up, and I'm happy to have you on the show tonight to do this because, I was driving into work today, and that's when I heard about Odell Beckham Jr. Now, once a week, the Browns media, you get a chance to talk to the players. Usually on a normal week, it's Wednesday, Thursday.
Yep.
This week it's more like Thursday, Friday because of the Monday night game. Beckham was asked by ESPN Cleveland's Tony Grossi essentially about going up against the Jets defense and the man-to-man defense, against the man-to-man coverage and things like that. Beckham basically didn't answer that question, said players, current and former members of the Browns, have told him that Greg Williams, in 2017, when the Browns and Giants played in a preseason game, that Williams told the Browns defensive players to go after him, be physical, try to take him out of the game. Yep. And Beckham ended up getting hurt in that game, and it changed.
The shot to the knee, right?
Yeah, and it changed the whole kind of course of Beckham's season, and I think how he viewed being a player in the NFL and how he viewed being a New York Giant. It was completely kind of got everybody off. It's like, what? Wait a minute. And Vince, the problem is this is Greg Williams, who already had like 2.5 strikes on him because of Bountygate when he was with the New Orleans Saints.
Right. And you thought he, did his time and he paid his sentence, and then he comes out now, and now all of a sudden you have this, he's back to his old ways, allegedly.
Yes.
But, I have to wonder if Beckham particularly, if that type of targeting, like going after a knee or something, was a little more hurtful to him, because in the back of his mind he's remembered what happened to Victor Cruz not too long before that.
Yes, it's a great point.
2 years ago.
Yeah. Because that was going to be the Giants' dream wide receiver combo for life.
Right.
Cruz and Beckham, and Victor Cruz was never the same.
So, and I have to wonder that, having seen that whenever you take a shot to the knee after you've had a teammate who has had a very serious knee injury, that you just don't know.
Yeah.
And so, but it was strange that out of the blue, not even asked about that particularly. He wanted to get right out there, and you got to wonder. We talked about this in the pre-show with Tyler. Is that one of the contributing factors to why Greg Williams isn't the head coach of the Cleveland Browns?
Well, because many of you, I can't tell you, folks, how many shows Jimmy and I did during the course of the last 3 or 4 weeks of the regular season last year in 2018, into the offseason, into the hiring process of a coach. And so many of you told us the Browns have to hire Greg Williams. You don't want to,
I saw
deviate.
Those comments.
You have to hire Greg Williams. You got to hire Greg Williams. He deserves the job. He should get the job. And maybe now we're seeing why he didn't get the job. Despite the fact you have to tip your cap to the job he did after Hugh Jackson was fired. There's no question about it. He deserves praise. But maybe going forward long term, this is why he's not your head coach.
And it's disappointing because a guy like that, you hope that when you give him a second chance that they really will atone for what they did and they will be on the straight and narrow. The reason he served that suspension and got that fine, and the team weren't the Saints penalized draft picks from that?
Oh yeah, the draft pick. I mean, they were penalized draft picks. They were penalized draft picks. They were penalized cash.
Yep.
I mean,
Yeah,
it completely. I mean, they basically had like a year or two where they were like in no man's land before Sean Payton, Mickey Loomis, and everybody got back. Yeah.
Right. So I just it's really disappointing to me because I was a fan of Greg Williams coaching too, because you could feel that the team was fired up. There was a fire in their belly, and they came out to play hard. And every single contest when he was interim head coach, they were there to go and to win.
Here's the question now, and Demarius Randall was asked about Greg Williams today and playing for Greg Williams, and he said, "Hey, no comment, no comment." Not didn't give you the standard. Yeah, it was great. Had a great year last year, but we're on to a new year. We've got a new coach. Said no comment. Didn't want to get into it.
Now, Rashard Higgins talked about it the other day, though, right?
He did. Yes. I'm just wondering though, if it. And I know Sam Darnold's not going to play. He's got the mono, and the Browns are favored to win, and now almost favored by a touchdown. Yeah. But I wonder if this is one of those distractions. That a team that's still trying to learn how to win in the Browns can't afford in what essentially is a must-win game Monday. And people say, well, it's a must-win game. You don't want to be 0-2. The stats show over the years, you start 0-2, your chances of making the playoffs are reduced to like 10%.
See, I kind of looked at it the other way because I see what you're saying about how it could be a distraction. To me, this is that's the stuff you stick up on the wall. This is the billboard material that they're using to motivate themselves to go out and kick the Jets around a little bit.
Yes.
I think they're getting fired up with this. I don't see it as a distraction so much as it is kind of a, hey, we don't need you. I'm going to show you what I got.
I've heard of a lot of things over in the NFL. Somebody getting mono. That's a new one. That's a new one. I mean, I know somebody who's like, an 18-year-old kid who, goes to college and gets mono. I mean, I've heard of that, or a high school kid getting mono. I've not heard of an NFL, a 2-year starting quarterback or whatever, second-year starting quarterback coming away with mono. I mean, I feel bad. I know it really affects your immune system. You don't feel well.
Yeah.
But, I mean, my goodness.
But if you're an NFL team, wrap your guys in bubble wrap.
Right.
Like, don't let them out of the house. I mean, who knows how he got it? I mean, because, anecdotally speaking, there's talk that he's still kind of has a little bit of that fratty guy in him.
Yeah.
He's going out and partying and, I mean, come on, though. I mean, whatever happened to the rookie symposium? That's my thing. Like, teach them some personal responsibility.
I mean, there was a point, like you said, like when you get to basically the start of mini camp, that's like at that point by like June 15th, you're bubble, like you said, you're bubble wrapping. You're saying don't open me until hopefully February 6th after the Super Bowl. Just put me in a box, and all you're doing, you're playing football, and that's it.
Yeah, I remember when Baker Mayfield did Stone Cold's show on USA, and like they did it just before training camp, so he was not playing. And I'm sure they were nervous because he was riding around and like doors and things like open.
riding down Bagley Road and open. I'm sitting there going.
And and my favorite part was going by. It was like a Hanna-Barbera cartoon because of the way they cut it together. You'd see the same part of BW like 3 times.
Yeah.
But seriously, like they had to have been really nervous to see him riding around on just a recliner with an engine in the back.
But it's the margin when your franchise quarterback has some kind of an indefinite illness or injury like this. I mean, this is why it's so important for the Browns to figure out this offensive line problem because you have no Baker Mayfield. I mean, you really are putting yourself in a difficult position to win. I mean, good luck to the Jets trying to run their offense, but I just that was the thing I came away with though today was like, this is the last thing. The Browns are coming off of a terrible loss, and the last thing they need, or maybe that's what they do need. You're right. Maybe they do need something to fire them up
and motivate, rally around.
Yes.
Well, I mean, they also need some discipline. I mean, that was awful, but and it's funny because I didn't really have a platform to express this publicly, but I feel like I was one of the only people who was cautious about the Titans game because I knew Mike Vrabel has that attacking 3-4 front that he sends a lot of different guys in a lot of different ways. They're very aggressive, and the Browns' offensive line has been nothing to write home about.
And, I went back and I thought last year, the offensive line was good last year. Well, number one, you had Kevin Zeitler, and you had a Pro Bowler at your right guard as a talent. The other thing was, the Browns did a lot more. Bernie Kosar pointed this out the other night with Jim Donovan on the Dog Pound Radio Sirius show. Last year they did a lot of three-step quick drops with Baker, so the offensive line didn't have to do as much. I mean, a lot of things were more hurry-up.
They did a lot of that last year, too.
Right. I mean, they did on Sunday, that play in the end zone where the safety was, they did a 7-step drop in the end zone.
And I swear I saw holding on that play as well. So even if they didn't take him down, I'm pretty sure they would have gotten safety anyway.
Yeah. So this all leads into, so many things between now and Monday night, we're going to be kind of following with all this. And this is all happening while, the tragic news about
Chris Smith's
girlfriend and the off-the-wall news about the search for this fan who, the beer guy, that Drew Horansky was reporting about it today. It's just, I hope that all of this, and obviously the Chris Smith thing is on a completely different level. But
now, when we talk about something that could be detrimental to the team, to me, that type of tragedy, that type of loss in the locker room, that's way more devastating than anything Greg Williams did 2 years ago.
Or anybody, any fan getting thrown out of a game.
Right. Because the team is a family, and Chris Smith's been with the team for over a year now.
Yes.
And so he's a part of that defensive locker room. He's part of that film room. He's part of this family that they've built over the last couple of years.
Yeah. So it's going to be, and the other thing now, we have to wait till Monday night to play. That's going to be the crazy thing. By the way, Monday night. Let everybody know we've got the game here on Channel 3.
Here on Channel 3. Obviously, Monday Night Football. Everybody knows it's on ESPN. But if you don't have cable or you don't want to pay for it, Channel 3 is your home for Cleveland Browns football in prime time this year. This is the place to get it. So Monday night, Donovan Live is going to take a quick break. And we're going to bring you a special 1-hour pregame huddle from 7 to 8. And it's going to be all your favorite sports guys. Jim's going to be joining the show a couple times with Mary Kay. And you're going to be an expert on Browns versus Jets going into that game. So if you guys are having a watch party with friends or you just want to sound smart at work the next day, you will have the analysis and everything that you need to get set to go. And you'll know all the storylines, the latest news. We'll have the inactives, all that stuff. You'll be good to go.
You'll be ready to go. And then obviously remember then the following Sunday, on Sunday night the 22nd, the Rams come to First Energy Stadium.
Yes.
We have that game on Channel 3, on NBC.
Primetime home
of the Browns. I'm very, very excited. Plus another Monday night and a Thursday night before the year's over, not even counting maybe a potential flex game if we're down, the Browns down the wire.
We can only hope.
I hope so. I hope so. And then, by the way, next time I will talk to everybody will be Browns related will be Tuesday morning at 10 a.m. About 10 between 10:15 a.m. We'll do after further review. Jimmy and I will break down everything that happened Monday night, and we'll start getting you ready for the Rams. It'll be a short week, so it'll be a very quick week. So after further review will be Tuesday night. Tomorrow I will join you, by the way, for high school football. It will be Orange, two teams I've never covered before. Orange and Wycliffe. I'm very excited. 2-0 Wycliffe. Orange looking for their first win of the year at their place. So
I used to cover a little high school football myself, and I've never been to those schools.
I've never been to they beat out, teams like Solon, Stowe, Aurora, and Twinsburg. So, that's what the poll is for. That's where you want us, and that's where we're going to be. So I'm excited. So
good luck to both teams.
Yeah. We'll see everybody tomorrow. D-Man will join me at 6:50, Dennis Maniloff, for our high school football or WKYC Game of the Week. Vince, thanks for joining me, man.
Absolutely. We should do it again sometime.
Absolutely. Let's do it again.
I want to talk about my worry about Baker Mayfield's read progressions.
Yes. Talk about Denzel Ward, and maybe he should be playing a little closer to the line of scrimmage.
I've had those same thoughts.
I know. Me too. Okay. As always, the Donovan Live postgame show is presented by Master Pizza, Mike LaMarca, and the great people at Master Pizza. Reminder, get your phone right now. Stop what you're doing. Get the phone. Whether you go to the App Store, or you go to Google Play, download the Master Pizza app. Start earning pizza points today.
Sounds good.
It's all because of Master Pizza.
Taste, above all. I'm going to download the app right now.
Yeah. See, just for you, LaMarca, we're doing that. All right. For Vince Fradiani, I'm Dave DiNatale. Have a great night, everyone. Thanks for watching the Donovan Live postgame show here on WKYC's Facebook Live and YouTube.
Good stuff. Thanks, man.
Thank you.